We're trying out NT01s this weekend. We'll see how that goes. Seeing that and I was like, yeah! Like,
Pup falls in between the stands. She's like Lion King, clawed to the edge, eyeballs big.
Okay, so we made it. We were shooting Operation Old Man in Atlanta last night until like 9:30ish, and then we jumped in the car and pretty much started trucking, just started driving to get here as soon as possible. Stopped and slept for a few hours, jumped right back in the truck, drove the rest of the way, and we're here right now at noon, so we made really good timing. Unloaded the car, I bled the tires down and got the car prepped while it was on the trailer, and I was pumping diesel in this morning, so it's ready to just go out on track and see how it does. So I'm gonna turn a few laps and then come in and make some changes and see how it goes. But we're here at Riverside, Salem Speedway, in the middle of absolute nowhere. Really surprised we're able to have an event out here, but payout is sweet and there's a lot of good drivers that are showing up, so I want to drive and have fun. We're trying out NT01s this weekend. We'll see how that goes. See if we can get it gripped up enough to keep up with some of these 800 plus horsepower crazy cars that have been running this show for a little while. All right, I'm gonna go out.
Doing the
gear
quick
change,
yeah. I thought you were about to lie to me about how fast your car is.
Well, it's real fast on small tracks. For anything? Turned up 408 wheel, dude.
No way.
I know you got 408 cubes, but I got 408 wheel.
I got 427. No! Fender, and I was like, am I that slow? No, you were seeing that, and I was like, yeah! Like, and no more.
Okay, first turn, Pup falls in between the stands. Falls like 5 feet. And I'm like, she's like Lion King, clawed to the edge, eyeballs big, and she's just left, but she's good.
You're good, you made it. You made it out alive.
Ran out from underneath it and I ran back up. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I've never driven on these tires before, so that was the main thing.
What are they? What's the difference?
NT01s.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna be no problem here. Good chance of winning some cash.
Maybe. We'll see. The digs are what worry me, you know?
If someone makes a mistake, the recovery time is a little...
It's too long.
Yeah.
Because I can't put the instant in the car.
Yes.
Because it can't pull it. It'll just straighten.
That is kind of the, like, that's been the NA game on the downside on big stuff.
Yeah.
With no nitrous or anything. Like the dig. If they make a mistake, the recovery's too slow.
And then, like, if you don't have enough in the car, you can't limit or dump it because it'll blow through it.
Yeah.
But then you have to be perfect every time.
Too gripped up?
Too gripped up. My motor was like, I'm at 87 wheel speed and I couldn't get the limiter.
Oh, wow.
It's like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're all running like high 90s.
Yeah.
Most of us. But...
I don't have that option, so I'm just gonna free my car up. It'll probably get faster if I free it up.
How do you feel about that run?
It's all right. Something's going on with my car in the back end.
Oh no. You were like messing with the that sloppy noise in the back? Is
Yeah, and it's really bad now.
Yikes.
So I don't want to say I took it easy because I still drove hard, but.
Damn, bro. Working on your own shit?
That's how it works, dude. Yeah, qualifying didn't go that great. I had an okay run. It wasn't my best run, but yeah, I just gotta go put it down, a better run in the second one. I don't even know what my score was. It seems like a little unorganized here, but I'm sure it's printed somewhere that I just don't see, and I'm not on some website or something. It's probably a Discord, and my boomer ass can't find it. So I'm gonna find out what this clunking is, hopefully, and then go out and put a better run down. I'm gonna free the car up a little bit. It seems like the track is dripping up with the temp coming down. I'm just gonna put 5 pounds in the rear tires and ship it a bit harder and make sure I just get every zone.
Nice. All right, good luck, dude.
Will do.
86. Huh?
Yeah, 86.
Nice.
I gave myself a 78, so.
Figure this out.
No, it doesn't work because of solid axle problem. And the fact that jack can't roll. So as you're jacking it up on the gravel, the diff just keeps sliding off the jack to a like super dangerous amount. So we're just gonna try to get it off the ground enough, just enough. One of the lower brackets for the anti-squat was loose. I do not believe that was the problem, but could be. This thing is not thirsty at all. I've been driving all day on this one jug.
Ego boost shit.
I know, it's crazy. It's like maybe a gallon every 3.5 or 4 laps. It's nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like you think like, oh, horsepower is horsepower, but with direct injection, you run a little leaner, and it usually goes through about 5 gallons a day. Which is like,
that's
ridiculous.
Not a lot
I know. I'm always like, where does it, like, how does it not burn any fuel? And then I'm like, oh, it'll surely take this whole jug, and it's like overflowing out of the fuel cell. That was better, 91. Yeah, I think that was about as good as it was gonna get. It was a good run, everything was where it needed to be. A little more smoke, a little more aggression, filled the zones. It just, this car doesn't have that little extra. And also I was kind of noticing, like, I don't know what the judges can see, but the cars that make a ton of smoke at this track, at all the spots that they're dinging you for, you can't see their car.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, that's interesting. But I'm sure you could see mine the whole time because there's not very much smoke.
Yeah, the announcer said something.
91.
Hell yeah.
That's like 100 though.
Yeah, oh, that's like
it was
1,000.
like my best run of the day. I was like, and I was telling like them, I was like, it kind of sucks because like I make no smoke.
Right.
So you can see me entering every zone and everything.
You can literally watch every single part of every corner of your car, every turn you do.
Yeah.
And you can hear nothing.
Yeah.
It's just quiet.
It's like,
we hear the announcers when you're driving.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get a decimal point, or was it just 91 flat?
Good job.
I don't know.
91.3.
All I heard was 91.
Dude,
Yeah,
you got a
decimal.
91.3.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. So that's pretty
We're
low,
91,
man.
right behind you.
We're probably like 10. so practice went good. Chased a couple people. I didn't get to chase anybody who was really fast, so unfortunately, but the car works good with some of the slower drivers, so that's kind of the priority. I know it could take a little bit more, but it's kind of on the edge in terms of like grip, so we're probably just gonna leave it throughout the rest of the day. Forrest from Link plugged in. I was looking at the logs and I felt like I was a little low on boost pressure, so he came in and kind of made some adjustments that are based on temperature, so as the car gets hotter, it'll actually add some more boost to keep the boost the same. We were only running 23 pounds of boost when we normally run like 25 to 27, so we've got it up hopefully to like 25, 26 right now. We'll see how that goes, and if we need to, we can bump it up that extra pound and a half or so. Each one's worth about 15 horsepower, 10 horsepower, so hopefully we've got 20 or 30 more horsepower now this time. My first battle is with a dude from Scotty D, Matt, so we're gonna go out there and run Mustangs together in top 32. I have my wife just texting me like little details so I know what's going on, and she's like, yeah, he did a really good chase, so you need to really chase him. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I guess he was telling me you just missed inner one. That was the main culprit.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, I looked over at one point, I think it was going into like the third outer, and all I seen was just the whole front end of your car. Like, yes!
I was diving in because you're committed in the last turn.
Oh yeah.
A couple of dudes in practice I was watching for a second. One of them was you, and I was like, damn, I thought you were going off at the last turn, but you saved him. Like, he cooks it, so I knew I had to cook it too. Into that.
Oh yeah.
That was good. I thought it could have been a one more time, but I guess like you missed interclip one or something.
Yeah. I knew as soon as I did it, and I'm like, oh well.
I couldn't tell because I was just chasing you, and I was like, my chase is good, but then you threw a lot of angle going into outer two and pulled it off really smooth. And when you did that, I was at way less angle, so I'm like, they're gonna dock me on that.
Well, I'm gonna get back to it.
Yeah, man.
Scott, I'll see you on the podium.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Everyone give it up for Chelsea Nova. Everyone give it up for Rad Dane Burkett to round out our top 16 here at Riverside here today. That's about you.
Guy trying to stop me though. His name's Chelsea.
That's right. Gotta get through the old hoopty first. I didn't know I chased anybody who downshifts there.
So cool.
Because I actually had stopped gaining on you and sat there.
Yeah, you told him halfway around the
And then I sat there, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I tapped you, and I'm like, I didn't even feel it.
It's like, it stopped.
I got your tire.
You can hit me anywhere else and I'll keep driving.
No, yeah, that's fine.
I'm not a soccer player, dude.
I didn't think you fly practice, and so I got bucked.
I got so pissed that you pulled up on me. I got so pissed. Like, Chelsea, leave me the alone. But then you looked, I was like, okay, we're party time.
Yeah, I thought we were just driving for fun.
I fucking wanted the money, Chelsea.
Everybody always says not the results that we wanted. So I'm not gonna start with that. But I guess I already did. Couple things to think about for this event. The NT01s are sick on this car for drifting. They have a lot more potential than what I use this weekend. I really appreciate Nitto sending me some of those because they are what made this car competitive. It's not that the car lacks anything, it's just that the standard G2 tire has like a high tread wear, it's a hard tire. I got like 16 laps in practice on it, it's amazing. But like some of these guys are just running insane stuff, so I had to show up with a tire that would take it, have a lot of grip, and they're waiting for us to go to Texas Roadhouse. Anyway, so we ended up getting knocked down in 16. To be honest with you, I feel like obviously it was like a shared fault thing at best. I feel like it should have been ran again. That's how I believe it. I feel like I got juked on the line because he was running a Manji flick into the turn the entire time. And when I ran him, he decided to just go straight to try to drag race me. He admitted it. Like, I don't know why you would do that when I'm here in this car. It's kind of like an unsportsmanlike thing to me. But there's $15,000 on the line. So like, if that's what's more important, then I get it. We're competing, you want to win. And he's allowed to just drive straight in and go as fast as he can into the first turn. So that's kind of what threw it off. And then I ended up getting into his door at somehow at the same point that he wanted to add angle to drive into inner clip. So when he added angle, it pivoted his front wheel into mine. I tapped his front wheel. And in drifting, when you tap somebody's front wheel, like, it can go really bad. Like, it does mess up the lead driver. Do I think he could have saved it? Sure. It's not his job to save it. If I hit him and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, then he can win and move on. That's kind of how it works. Unfortunately, I feel like he could have saved it, but whatever. He went on to win the event, so he can be upset or happy with his $15,000 for doing what he did, and that's how it is. But anyways, car could have won. I mean, it's crazy. That car is really, really good. It's really, really competitive. I was at 22 PSI, had lots of shock left, had lots of everything to be able to have more speed and more grip. I just was down on power with only 400. It worked out really good at the end. He turned the power up with the laptop and the link, got it to about 415 or so, and it was really, really solid at 415. Pulled through it, no problem. We could have put more chassis in it, more grip, but unfortunately we got knocked out in 16. But we're here, we had fun, I got tons of laps, learned a lot about the car. We are loaded it on. We could go drive again right now if we wanted to because there's no damage or anything, which is sick. So the car doesn't need a lot of work when we get back. It'll just fix this little fender hole, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Comment, let me know what you think about competitive drifting that has money involved, because it's definitely interesting when you start putting a big cash prize out. Later.